boxing movies. I think, for me, I love sports movies. I do.
Okay.
But I just feel like boxing movies have even that much more of an inherent sort of conflict and drama. I mean, how do you feel about that? And you know,
I think that's true. I think there's a rich history in American cinema for this genre, even though boxing as a sport sort of has been fading and losing ground to MMA. It's interesting how there's only been really one big MMA movie, but boxing movies continue.
it's true.
Yeah, there's something about it that's it's just a perfect paradigm for people's struggles, and it's really digestible, and it's obvious, and it's accessible, and I think that it's something that's easy to grab onto. So they keep getting made, but you got to the other side of that coin is you have to avoid the cliches that
Yes.
are easily there's a lot of pitfalls you can fall into.
Did you watch a few of them, or have you seen some favorites of yours?
Yeah, I actually watched them more the ones I didn't like again
Like
as
which
cautionary tales. Yeah, let me just name all of those boxing
like
movies.
that
Let me
one.
sell out those other directors. Yeah, I was more concerned with falling into those pitfalls than I was in. I knew that if I stayed away from the cliches, my own voice would come through, and I trusted that. So I just did a little studying up on the things I didn't want to do.
Also, Vinny's story is so, you know.
Yeah,
Unique
it's true.
and-
Very unique. I mean, every boxing story is a comeback story to some extent, but this thing is like blows the comeback idea out of the water. So right, so you knew you were gonna differentiate yourself just
Right.
alone by the fact that this thing happened to him, that he came back from this ordeal.
Yeah. What was the most surprising thing you found out about Vinny in knowing him? And
I would say that he hasn't lost that spirit. I just thought in his mid-50s by now there would be some steam would have been let out, and it just hasn't. He's like as fired up and grateful about this as he seems to be when you watch the old tape of him. He's still that jazzed and excited.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and that must also tie into that decision that he made, right? 'Cause
Right.
he's got some
He has something.
some extra thing.
He's got that mechanism. And then Miles and Aaron. I mean, Aaron. Wow. Right.
Disappears.
I've always admired him. You know, and sometimes he does really great stuff, and sometimes not. And you know, it's great to see him really kind of. He's always great in whatever he does.
Yeah, well, he disappears into this role. We showed the movie to Soderbergh, who directed him in Brockovich.
Yes.
And I didn't tell him that Aaron was in the movie.
Oh,
And
really?
it took him 10 minutes to realize that it was Aaron. And then he was like, is that Aaron Eckhart? He had like a real moment.
Are you kidding?
No.
Because he kind of got a little lost in Brockovich as well, you know?
Right, as Julia's boyfriend, the biker.
The biker dude.
Yeah, but he didn't gain 40 pounds and shave his head. I mean, look at that face. That's not Aaron Eckhart.
No, not at all. And that guy's a complicated guy.
Yeah.
What
Who?
was Kevin?
Oh, I was like, let's not talk about Aaron like that.
No, I met Kevin Rooney, the guy.
Super complicated. Yeah, fired by Tyson for not on the merits. He had won Tyson a bunch of fights, but Don King convinced Tyson to push him out, and then he started drinking, and he sort of fell into obscurity until he and Vinny joined up
And he's still coaching, right?
No,
Training?
he's been in the hospital with dementia for the last 8 years. Yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
I know. His son has been instrumental in helping us, helping Aaron and myself get the full picture about Rooney.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It was
Thanks
very
again.
nice to meet you.